Hey, hey, what is up, spiritual hooligan? Do you become what you think about? Do your thoughts become things? I've been coaching high conscious people like you for decades, and these questions are much more complex than most people realize. The law of attraction, it's a nice idea, but from an enlightened perspective, it's deeply arrogant. And there are many aspects of the idea that do have great merit, and I want to talk about them today. My name is Matthew Ferry, and I'm bringing you your daily enlightenment. It's a moment for you to pause, to slow down, to get connected to enlightened perspectives. I want to help you to quiet your mind and restore your peace. So let's start with taking a deep breath in together. Hold your breath as long as you can. Close your eyes if that's appropriate. If it's not appropriate, keep your eyes open. It's no big deal. Just keep taking long, slow, deep breaths, holding them as long as you can. Be in the moment with me. Together, let's get out of the stresses and the concerns of the daily survival consciousness. And let's do it right now by setting our intention for enlightened consciousness to flow through. So take another deep breath in, hold it, focus, repeat after me. Please set the intention for enlightened consciousness to flow through, to experience the purity of my own consciousness, to know that all is well, to embrace life, people, and circumstances exactly as they are. Please set the intention to release my need for things to be different, to practice total and complete acceptance of all people in all situations at all times, including myself. Take a deep breath in and connect with the idea that all is well. That's the fundamental perspective of enlightenment. All is well. Now, your thoughts and your ideas are an expression of the pervasive oneness in the universe that is expressing through you. What you think is what is coming into the world. They aren't your thoughts. They aren't your ideas. They aren't your perspectives. You are an expression of what is being created. Millions, maybe billions, maybe even trillions of inputs, all mixing together and self-organizing into the experience that you are having. I'm an input for you, for example, and you're an input for me, right? And we're inputs and influencing each other. We're influencing each other's experience right now. And we are inputs for everyone else in our life. There's huge amounts of data all swirling together and creating the reality that we're living. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let's just have that idea settle into our mind. Now, my mentor's mentor, my father's mentor, Earl Nightingale, said it like this: you become what you think about. Your thoughts and how you think about things, what I will call your perspective, influences your behavior. Your perspective is the lens that you're viewing the situation through. Your perspective influences the world around you. And here's a real simple and obvious example of that. How you're thinking about things changes your facial expressions, which gives people clues about how they should treat you. So when our New Age community friends say your thoughts become things, what they're actually pointing to is that your thoughts are the leading edge expression of what is manifesting into reality through you. Take a deep breath in and really ponder this idea. Your thoughts are the leading edge expression of what is manifesting into reality through you. Consciousness is an expression of energy and information. It's swirling together, and the result is thoughts and images and inspirations. Those thoughts influence the direction of your life, your behavior, your outcomes. Your thoughts influence your environment. Your thoughts influence you. You are an input in other people's environments. If you're unconscious, you'll let the survival part of your perspective dominate, and that'll create fear in you. And your fears will literally compel the other human beings to attack or treat you like a weak victim. They'll protect themselves from whatever it is that is making you afraid. It's not conscious, it's unconscious. Your thoughts are very influential. People can sense your perspective. They can sense your fears, your doubts, and concerns. It even changes your pheromones, how you smell, right? Your smell is different when you are in a survival mind. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Let's set the intention to transcend the survival mind and embrace enlightened perspectives. Will you say that with me? Please set the intention to transcend the survival mind and embrace enlightened perspectives. Your perspective is like setting the sail of your boat. Your perspective changes your decision-making process. You choose actions based on your perspective about the situation. When your mind is quiet, there's a totally different quality to your perspective. You know that all is well. You know that you are an expression of the universe creating. You know that you are what is being created. There is no fear. There is no doubt. There is no worry. You're infinite. This life is temporary. The energy and the information that is you is creating you, and that is infinite. When one tree dies in the forest, the next tree sprouts up out of the decay. You are that continuum of human experience, infinite. Take a deep breath in and hold it. The drunk monkey defaults to the negative. And if you're committed to living quiet mind epic life, then you need to set your intention to no longer allow the drunk monkey to choose your thoughts. As a high conscious person, you intuitively know that you get what you put out. It's very simple. You set your sail in the direction that you want it to go. If you want more love, you simply give more love. And now your life is filled with people reciprocating your love. If you want more support, you simply give more support. You get what you put out. And if you let the drunk monkey run the show, you won't give anybody anything. Letting the drunk monkey set your sail doesn't lead you to enlightened prosperity. The drunk monkey is too busy protecting you against imaginary futures that don't even exist. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Take this enlightened perspective in. You are the creator of your experience and not the victim of your circumstances. Will you say that with me? I am the creator of my experience and not the victim of my circumstances. Now, I want you to think about this. When you tune into the drunk monkey and you avoid imaginary futures, you put out the message that there's something bad. Something bad's going to happen. So you change, your behaviors change, your words change, your actions therefore change. But my friend, you are a creative being. So you can tap into any of the possibilities here on earth. You're a conscious being. You're not a robot. You have free will. You get to choose what direction. If you choose the darkness by being unconscious, the negativity, the resistance, the fearing, and the fretting, then you channel that creative source of life within you down into those dark paths. You are the creator of your experience. The key is taking conscious control of your context. You don't create life. You create the experience of life. You're a part of what is creating the reality that you're living. And when you are focused on negative futures, you get more of what you don't want. And when you ease up and relax and get into the flow and trust that all is well, when you know that it's all going to work and somehow it just does, you can't explain it. The worse it gets, the worse it gets. The better it gets, the better it gets, right? You've been in momentum before, and that's rooted in the present moment, knowing that all is well. You've been on a roll before, and that's really just the state of no mind. And when you are in a totally aligned state, things just seem to work effortlessly. You get to choose where you channel the source of life. Will you let your survival mind be the captain of your ship and set your sail? Because if you do, you will likely end up on the rocks. The drunk monkey is trying to keep you safe by avoiding hallucinations about the future. And by focusing on it, you bring that aspect of creation into the world. You get what you put out. In other words, you create what you avoid. You create what you avoid, because to avoid something, you must understand it. To avoid it, you must think about it. To avoid it, you must see it in the world and strategize about it. To avoid it, you actually must get in alignment with it and you channel it. This changes your behavior. This changes your decision making. And it changes your outlook. So think about it. When you're avoiding, You talk differently. When you're avoiding, you look at different things and you look for different things. You seek evidence to prove your hypothesis. And if you look for the negative long enough, of course, you're going to find it. And next thing you know, what you don't want is coming right to you. And then the drunk monkey starts screaming, see, I told you it was coming. The drunk monkey validates its existence to you by pointing out how it was right about the negative future. From an enlightened perspective, you realize that your perspectives about the future changed your attitude, your approach, and your expectations, and literally created the outcome that you wanted to avoid. My friend, the future isn't real. It's a figment of your imagination. There is no future. There is only now. That's it. There is just now and then now again. Welcome to now. All there is an infinite continuum of now. So my question for you today is, what is the future that you're going to create? I mean, if you're going to make things up, you might as well make things up that feel good. And since you know that all is well, since you realize that there is nothing to avoid, what will you create? Will you leave me a comment below? I want to be inspired by you. I want to connect with you. I want to chat with you about these things. My name is Matthew Ferry, author of Quiet Mind, Epic Life. Will you make sure to like this video? Will you share it with your friends? Will you leave me a comment? That's the stuff that tells YouTube, hey, this is a video that other people should be watching. So it means a lot to me that you're sharing and doing all of that, but it actually makes a big difference in the world because it gets YouTube proliferating, either one, this message out into the world, and that makes a difference. So I appreciate you greatly for doing these kinds of things. Now, if you dig the stuff that I'm talking about, subscribe to my channel. You'll keep getting the videos. You can also press the bell button and that'll send you notifications. I encourage you to leave me a comment. Nothing is off the table. I'm unoffendable. Anything you want to talk about. And then finally, consider joining us in our Spiritual Hooligan Facebook group. There's a whole bunch of people out there in the world just like you. And we're all communing together in this group. I'll put the link down below. Join us. Thanks again for tuning in to this daily enlightenment.